Hello, my lovely trilobites and fossil fam. This is going to suck. We are in my guest room upstairs, and I have completely covered the bed. And I had my husband count because I didn't want to know the number. And he said that there's 65. And I'm like, oh, banana schnitzel. That's frightening. But it's okay. I have pancake pusheen here as my mental support. So we're good. Yikes. Yikes. I don't even know. Okay. And some of these I really thought I decluttered last time, and somehow you declutter something and then it gets back in your collection and you don't know how. It's like losing socks in the dryer. It's just one of those weird things, except instead of losing them, they come back. I'm a scientist and I'm very baffled by this. And the socks. Anyway, we have a lot of new subscribers lately, so thank you guys so much and thank you for coming back. I do need to probably... I don't mention this in every video because I don't want to be that redundant YouTuber that's like every single video. But I am on the autism spectrum, which is fine. I'm really open about it. I'm also a physics professor and research scientist. But I'm also OCD and dyslexic, and I have anxiety disorders and all that other stuff. And yes, I have a whole team of humans that I work with, and they are amazing. I love them. I really hope they're not watching. And this is where some of that comes into play, because I have like the two Odin's Eye Christmas ones and I can't swatch them. Like, they're still in the packaging because my OCD brain says that if I swatch them, then something bad will happen. And that's basically what OCD is. If you don't do a ritual correctly, or if you don't do something in the right order at the right time or in the right way, then you think something bad will happen to you or someone around you. And it's really illogical, and it's also really annoying, by the way. I find OCD to be extremely time consuming and extremely annoying. So certain things I want to use, but my OCD won't technically allow me to do so, which again is extremely annoying because these are gorgeous palettes and I want to use them so bad, but part of my brain is like, you know what's going to happen if you do. A tornado is going to hit your house, or you're going to get rear-ended, or like, it's so illogical. And it's fascinating that my brain does that, especially as a scientist. Like, I know that there is zero statistical correlation between tornadoes and me using a palette. We are aware of this, but sometimes that's just how it is. And when it comes to certain palettes, that's what my brain does. And that's why I can't get rid of something or technically use something. So before you go bananas in the comments, I figured I'd give that disclosure, because those fall into that category. That Odin's Eye one I use, it doesn't fall into that category. I have no idea why my brain will pick certain things over other things. It's really bizarre. I've read so many peer-reviewed journal articles. I've talked to so many scientists, and it's just this weird thing. So that's going to come into play here. And you've probably seen it in some of my other videos as well. Like, why don't you swatch that? Or why don't you get rid of that? Or why can't you do that? And this is pretty much the reason why. So without further ado, because I'm rambling, because I really don't want to do this, but I will. Okay, right off the bat, I do not need the Lime Crime Late Night Revel. Nor do I need the NYX Diamonds and Ice, because that's really, really old. And I really don't even want the matcha one either. So these three are like instant declutters. And now I'm going to put you on a camera stand so you don't get like nauseous watching this. Okay, so first, these are my Chaos Dirt singles. They are not going anywhere, ever, under any circumstances. They are staying with me until the rapture, and then hopefully I can come back and find them. This is not the Citrus Punch. This is the Citrus Punch palette, but it's an empty palette that I just put some Simply Posh things in. So these are like more singles. They're just a bunch of different brands. There's like some Luxie and some Simply Posh, some Nomad singles when I didn't want to buy the full palette, etc., etc. So these aren't going anywhere. Then I have even more singles like my Cleona and Makeup Geek and so on and so forth. Like my singles aren't going anywhere. So we can just immediately not worry about that. We're also keeping the Odin's Eye ones, just in case you forgot. And I don't really use this palette very much, but I do live outside of Chicago, so I basically keep it because of that reason. And yeah, but I do use it. Oh, they have the bean on there. Or, sorry, the cloud gateway arch. Whatever. Anyway, okay. Okay, so I know other YouTubers declutter like normal, like I've been doing in my previous videos where you go like product by product and might compare one or two, but my brain has to see everything laid out. That way I know exactly what I have and exactly what colors I have. Because if I don't visually see it, then I'll forget what's there. This is how I declutter. I have to see everything. So, yeah. It's a little different than other people, but I don't think that's necessarily bad. Ow! Balls! I just hit my head on that. Okay. I totally just banged my head on my camera stand. That's awesome. I love that for us. Okay. So I have to like look at like pastels, and yes, I have a pastel problem and a green problem. If you haven't noticed that by now, yeah, we're aware. So pastels, yikes. Okay, first, it's from the Dino collection from Essence from Europe, so it's not going anywhere. It's staying with us. We can just put that over there because it's dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are awesome. Okay, so when I go to do pastels, I don't reach for this one. The Switzerland one, I don't. And I flippin' hate. I'm not even in screen. That's awesome. I don't even like this Charlotte Tilbury quad. These brown, that matte brown is so patchy. I got so annoyed with it that I ended up having to use this ColourPop quad to save the day because this was so bleeping patchy. So this sucker has got to go. I do not have time for patchiness, and I love my lucite quads. So we're keeping all 4 of my lucite quads. They're not going anywhere. Okay, so we're getting rid of these. But see, I don't really need this many pastels. It gets a little like I really don't. I think I'm going to. I really like the Nomad formula, so I'm going to keep the Nomad one, and I'm going to get rid of the. I've never used that. That's great. I'm going to get rid of the Lost in Los Angeles one because I've never used it, and it's there. Now we are at an impasse. Okay, okay, green. I don't think I need those 3 BH green ones anymore, or like the monochromatic ones, because I have those oranges in other places and those greens and those blues, and those are really old and they're starting to hard pan. So I think we're going to get rid of those. So we are going to say goodbye to the 3 monochromatic BH as well. We are also keeping all 3 of my ColourPop lucite quads because I love these so much, and these are so good to travel with, and I love them. So these aren't going anywhere, and neither are my 3 e.l.f. ones. These aren't going anywhere either. These are like my travel essentials. This is from Flower Nose, and this packaging is gorgeous, and it's heavy, and I know it's like a very basic palette, but I do use this actually, and the packaging is stunning. So this, if I ever get to the point where I want to be like on camera regularly and try to make like a a parasocial relationship with my viewers, which I can barely talk to people in real life in person. I film when my husband's not home, So I can talk to myself because I'm by myself right now. But anyway, if I ever get to that point, I'll probably have this like displayed in the background. I'll be right back. I need a cookie. After some serious contemplation, because I just pause and then I stare at the pile, this Beauty Bay palette is just not my jam. It's not. People rave about this formula. It's not my favorite formula. And it's big and it doesn't really fit anywhere correctly, and I just don't like it. After further contemplation, oh, yikes, this sucks. I am not really that invested in the Nomad Orient Express. This is just really neutral, and I have these colors in other things. So we are going to declutter that one. This is the Nomad Antilles one, I believe, but I don't wear pink and purple. I hardly ever wear pink and purple. And if I do, I'm going to grab it out of the Blend Bunny or one of my pastel palettes. It's not going to come from this one. So we can say goodbye to Antilles as well. The Bridgerton palette you see over there, that one is talc based, and I want to test it for asbestos. So it's just sitting there. That's why that's there. Some of these I take apart and test for asbestos if they're talc based. Just for my own personal amusement, and sometimes I forget to film the results or the sampling. But there's that. What next? Oh, why do I have so much? Okay, I think we figured it out. Ish. Ish is the key identifier word there. I really do like wearing orange and yellow, but I don't need this much overlap at all. This is the Marrakesh by Nomad, but it's very, very neutral, and which I really rarely ever wear, and I don't gravitate towards this as much as this gorgeousness is. It's redundant. It's extremely redundant. Yeah, that's really redundant. Because if I keep the Ghost Town, which I won in the giveaway, which was awesome, which I'm obviously keeping because it's cool toned and I have a cool tone problem despite this. I use that one. And I keep that one, and then my National Parks one, and then the Fire and Ice one, which I love, and then the Hudson Valley one, which I think is like perfect for fall. And I love my Snow Whistler Nomad. And my Natasha Denona has enough neutrals to last me like 10 years. So this one I wear in the summer. But I don't know if I need the Special K or like the Frosted Flakes one from Glam Light. Because the one next to it is the ColourPop one. And I'm more to wear teal over blue. But I like the oranges in that one better. Yeah, I'm going to wear teal more than I'm going to wear dark blue. And I have dark blue in other ones. So, okay. Plus, I've never actually even used this one. So, it's okay. We can say bye to Tony the Tiger. Say bye, Tony the Tiger. We don't know why we own you. I mean, it's really pretty. Gosh, dang it. No, I don't. It's, oh, look at those oranges. Okay, no, I'm fine. But see, if I keep that ColourPop one, then it's real similar to this one. So maybe I don't need the ColourPop one. And I'll just keep the Nomad instead of the ColourPop. In my mind, I'm pointing in the right spot. I don't know what you're seeing. Yeah, I don't need both. Okay. Okay, we can say bye to ColourPop. It's very, very similar to that Nomad, and I haven't actually used this one either, so that's also an indication that we don't really need it. I also bought it like on clearance, so there's that. I don't think we've made enough progress because my pastels overlap. And I don't like that. That annoys me. Okay, so even though this just came in the recent ice cream box, I don't really wear pink. Some of those greens overlap, and even though it's adorable packaging, I'm like never going to use this. Like, I know me, it's never going to happen. And I don't know if I'm ever going to use the Hella palette either. I keep it around because of that pale yellow and that green, not the pinks. I keep it around for that. But I digress because I have enough teal. So I think I can get rid of the ColourPop High Tide because I have enough teal in that one and that one. Like, I have enough teal in this one. And then there's also teal in my Blend Bunny. So I don't think I need this one either. Do I want to keep the Hella palette? I don't know. Oh, one I don't like. I don't really like this Tom Ford quad. I think these are just really light topper shades, and I just prefer other things. So we're going to get rid of that. I am going to keep the little Kaja stack. I got this at Ross for like $3.99, but this is actually really good to travel with. So I keep that. I think I just like smaller packaging. Except for Blend Bunny. I'm willing to take a risk for Blend Bunny. See, I have the whole Star Wars set, so I don't want to break it up because that'll annoy me. But I also know I am never going to get into that 3CPO palette. And I mean, it's never going to happen. I don't wear gold. I don't. I'm a silver person. Like, I'm a cool tone person. It's just not going to happen. Like, as much as I don't want to break up a collection, realistically, I'm never going to use this. I'm just not. That pains me. That pains me greatly. I don't really gravitate towards gray either. This one I like because it's cool tone, and this one because well, are those similar? Are these colors in here? That's the question. Like, are these colors overlapping enough? Yeah, I'm going to keep Hocus Pocus, and I'm going to get rid of Darth Vader, which is sad. But I don't reach for Darth Vader because the red in the Darth Vader that I use, if I use a red, I grab it from the Star Wars big one. I use that one a lot, and I use this one a lot. I could never, I don't know if I could do a live video, but see, I like that yellow almost better than that, but is this yellow the same as the neon yellow in the Blend Bunny? But I really do like the Odin's Eye formula, though. That's the problem. Are those too similar? I don't know. I am perplexed. I'm perplexed. Pause. Okay, I'm looking at the pastel section here, and because I'm not really into purple, I'm only keeping this Nomad one because of the light blue, which I have in the Blend Bunny, and the gray, which I have in the Star Wars. So I don't think I need this one, which is sad because look at how cute that packaging is. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to use the ColourPop one over this one because I don't really wear purple. Okay, so Nomad isn't going to go anywhere. Natasha Denona is not going anywhere because that's my only one. Even though that Color Story, I don't really like that Color Story. I don't. Okay, I like the yellow and the green. Why am I keeping a palette for two colors? That's just stupid. Okay, I do not need the Natasha Denona. As sad as that is, I only want this for the yellow and the green and the shimmer. And even then, I'm going to put my Chaos Dirt over the shimmer. So I can't keep a palette for two colors. Like, that's just bizarre. This one I want to test for asbestos because it's talc based, and obviously I got it on sale. So this one's being tested for asbestos. So this one's not really like in the pile. Okay, so far we've gotten rid of 23 palettes. These are the ones remaining. I think we're good. Like, that's not bad. We started with 65. I'm keeping a lot of the smaller ones. And some I'm keeping for dinosaurs and packaging, so I'm okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. And I think I'm gonna possibly go get pizza and a beer because I'm hungry and I like beer. So after I take a shower and put this entire disaster away, which is going to take a very long time because I have to reorganize the drawer, and I'm not filming that because that's just too much of a hassle. They're just going to be very OCD immaculate in the drawer. Like, we're not worried about that. Okay, thanks for watching, and Busheen says hi, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.